And Selena, what advice would you have for someone who is going through bullying?
To know that a lot of people can relate to you, and to know that what you believe in and how you feel about yourself is way more important than how they feel about you.
But so you were bullied as a kid?
It wasn't that I was bullied as a kid. I think everybody obviously gets picked at and made fun of, and I still have to obviously deal with that now. But I felt like this single really says a lot, because it's already hard enough figuring out who you are and what you want to be, and people just constantly want to take you down. So if anything, this song was for my fans, because it's hard enough, and this song is basically saying we're all insecure, we all feel this way, but I think everyone's beautiful, and we should just, and it's not sad, it's just fun, it's just light.
Right. It's hard because, like you said, I mean, no matter what age you are, it would hurt my feelings if I don't pay attention to it, because I don't choose to let that stuff in. But it would be really hard to be growing up and you know, feel good about yourself, and then all of a sudden people are attacking you. How do you deal with that?
I mean, I get mad, I get upset. I have cried before, but I mean, I can't let it. I have such a great family. I'm so blessed. I'm here with you, so I can't focus on that. I try not to.
But that's being honest, to say that you get mad or get sad or cry, because even no matter how blessed you are, no matter how great your life is, you know, you're a human being with emotions and feelings, and when somebody says something really nasty about you, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how famous you are, it hurts your feelings. And I think people need to start respecting one another and say, just because someone is fortunate enough to have a career.
And that is exactly what this single says.
Sure, all of you have been told that you don't have what it takes, and that you may not be good enough, and you don't have enough people supporting you, and you're being told all of these things, when deep down it's all you want to do. You want to be a part of something great. You want to make something great. And it does more than knock the wind out of you. It crushes you when people try to tell you that you're not good enough. And it almost did for me, but there was my mom next to me, stronger than ever, and she said the most important thing is to always trust in myself. If I'm doing something because I love it, I should do it because I love it, and I believe I can do it.
No matter what people perceive of me, I always shine through at the end of the day. So I've had a lot of people try to tear me down, but I'm here. And I've always been myself, and I've always wanted that, and I've been graceful, and I've tried to handle myself with as much class, and it's only because I know how hard I work, and I'm not going to let any of that get to me.
If you hate this woman, just remember this.
You are not defined by an Instagram photo, by a like, by a comment. That does not define you. And what I want you guys to do, every rude comment you get, every person that tries to hurt you personally or through the internet, I want you to forgive them. Just forgive them, because they don't even know. They have no idea. There is so much love in this world and in this stadium. Do not limit yourself because of what others expect. We all deserve more than we think, and in the end, nobody remembers those haters, the comments. Nobody remembers them. They're just background noise.
So many things were said to me that just haunted me every day, and I went from having all these friends to none. And that's the effects that bullying can have on you, and that's why I'm so adamant and outspoken about why it's so important to get the awareness out there that teen bullying can cause these issues.
If you see your friend being bullied for any particular reason, the worst thing you can do on the face of the planet is be quiet. And I think that's the biggest problem with bullying, is that the people around the friend who's being bullied just decide that they're not going to say a thing. And that's where it becomes, you're making it okay by being quiet.
I think bullying is just it's such a huge problem that I think so many people just overlook, because it's kind of always been there, and it's always been kind of like an underlying thing that it's almost like, no, the bullies aren't going to say that there's bullying happening, and then so many of the people being bullied are scared to say that they're being bullied. And then, like, even in terms of schools, they don't want to say that they have a bullying problem, so that it's all kind of like a cover-up. It's just important that people talk about it, because it is a problem, and you see how it affects so many people, and it affects them a lot worse than others. And we just kind of want people to realise that it still happens so much, and you know, it is a problem, and you have to talk about it and kind of work out a way to fix it.
what is your advice to victims of bullying? Well, my first advice would be to speak up and to tell somebody about it, because you never know what, you could be saving somebody's life. If you tell a parent, a counselor, therapist, teacher, anybody, if you tell someone how you're being bullied and by who you're being bullied by, that person, you may stop that person from ever bullying another person again. So you don't know if you're saving another life. You don't know if that person even realizes they are bullying. So just try to speak up and don't hold it in and internalize it, because eventually, your feelings are going to bottle up and it's just not healthy. So yeah, talk about it, raise your voice.
When I was in the 6th grade, I was coming back from the gym and I was changing my clothes in the locker room, and all of the other girls came in, and one girl said that I had taken her clothes or hid them or something, and I said, look, no, I really didn't. I don't know where her clothes went, but I didn't touch them. And it wasn't just her and her friends huddling around me. It became a lot of the girls, and especially the bully type girls in the school that were bigger than I was, that were taller, that were ready to fight. I ran out of the locker room and I went upstairs, and I just remember like huddling in one of the bathroom stalls and like hearing the other girls running up and down the hallway looking for me. Fortunately, I had a cell phone, and I called my mom and said, I need you to pick me up from school. I can't be here anymore. If someone had done something and said, hey, are you okay? Or is there any way I can help? Or stood up for me in that moment where I was in the locker room and everyone was ganging up on me, I think that I wouldn't have been affected as hard as I was with the bullying if somebody had done that. It's important for every bystander to know that they have a purpose, because they have the potential to maybe possibly even save somebody's life. My experiences with bullying growing up were, first it was name calling in school when I was younger, in elementary school, and people would say mean things then. But as I started to get older and go into middle school, it was so much more cattier. And then came the cyberbullying. Somebody's older sister had said that I looked heavy and that I should start throwing up. And to say that about anybody is horrible, let alone a 14-year-old girl. With cyberbullying, it's a whole different world, and that's the scary part, is there's no teachers, there's no parents to put their foot down and say, you can't post this about so-and-so, most of the time they're not even watching. So I think it's up to the kids and the teenagers that are on these sites to take the responsibility to step up for one another and really make sure that none of this happens, to make sure that it's being monitored. If you see something going on in front of you that's not right, you should stand up for what you believe in. You could be a hero for somebody if you stand up for someone. It's just really important that that person who is being hurt doesn't feel hurt and alone, but they feel like they're being supported by someone else and someone is standing up for them. We are so blessed in our generation to have the internet and sites on there that are used for good. You can go on charity sites and donate money, and if you can't donate money, you can talk to your friends and stay connected with them, but say positive things. And it would only be a shame if none of us used it for good. I think there are definitely ways, whether it's learning and doing your homework or researching things that, you're just interested in. For me, when I get on the internet, I know it's it's really tempting not to go on these gossip sites to see, what's going on or what so-and-so's saying about the shoes that I wore. I want to know, but at the same time, I know it's better for me if I go on CNN.com and learn about what's really going on in our world. And also going on my Twitter and reaching out to people if they're having a hard time or showing my support, or even just quotes that are inspiring to me. I just tweet them. And as simple as that, that little action can really actually change someone's day without me even knowing it. Even if you don't have as many followers as I do, you have people that are going to be reading it. And if you put positivity out there, positivity is what you're going to receive. If you are at school and you see a new student who is maybe being pushed around or, even just doesn't have any friends at school, I think one of the most exciting things about having a new person come to your school is not only do they have a new slate, but you also get to have a new slate with this person. So if, there were times where I wasn't the nicest kid in the world either when I was 11 or 12. None of us are perfect. But what we can do is try to do good and not focus on our mistakes in the past. And I think that's what I'm able to do now is, really acknowledge the people that are new in my life and maybe friends, circle of friends or whatever. And for people at school, the new kids in school, they need love and support too. So reach out to them and just, be there for them so that they don't feel lonely and scared like you would if you were new to a school.
They know it or not, like whether something's upsetting them, they don't want to look at other people who are happy. They don't want to look at that. They want to see you be unhappy as well. So I think that's where it comes from.
Do you know what? I commend you as like a young, beautiful singer, songwriter to be out here.
Can I say another thing? I'm sorry. So many people, I was about to make a video about this. I was gonna make a vlog about this, but I never keep my word and I never go on my vlog channel, but I'm working on it. So many people are like, anti-bullying, stop bullying, and like, stop all this stuff. I feel like, but I feel like that's something that's never gonna go away, and I feel like the focus needs to shift. Like, you can't just be like, stop doing that, and they're gonna stop, because they're not. So like, I think it just needs to be like, we need to spend more time focusing on helping the victims deal with it and cope with the meanness, because it's not going to go away. And I think the best way to deal with that is first and foremost accepting the fact that it's not going to go away. And keeping your friends close and your family close to you, and that's all that matters. Is what your friends think of you, what your family thinks of you, and what you think of you. That's all that matters.
I think to people who are victims of bullying, I think that it's a really, really, really hard thing. It's so hard for me to talk about it because I know exactly what it feels like. I am obsessed with the internet and social media, so of course I always see tweets and comments that are negative and horrible, and sometimes they really can get to you, honestly. It's so hard to not second guess yourself when you see people picking on you, but you really just have to know that it's, you have your family, you have your friends, and if there's one person out of a bunch of people who love you that don't like you, you will think about it for a second. You will take a second to be like, well, why doesn't that person like me? But you really have to try your hardest not to, because there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like you, and you can't help it.